And welcome back to the We'll Take It From Here podcast. Another week, another episode. However, first, we are going to bring you our show's sponsor, because this episode is brought to you by Honest Supplements. Now, Joe, what's Honest Supplements? Well, let me tell you. In a world that is plagued by new illness outbreak every other day, it's important to keep your body performing at its best with the right vitamins and supplements. However, these products can get expensive, especially with rising prices all around us. Honest Supplements has resolved that problem. They mark up all products by just $1, saving their members an average of 50% per product. Yes, that means that the protein you're paying $60 for is only $30 on their website. They have everything from vitamins, sports supplements, recovery, weight loss, CBD, and so much more. It costs just $10 a month or $99 for the entire year to join the Honest Supplements Club. Timmy and I are both members and can advocate for the amount of money that you will save. And do we also mention that all products are third-party lab tested? Because that's the only true way to prove vitamins and supplements actually contain the ingredients that they claim. Don't wait. Go to Honest Supplements right now to join today and start taking better care of your health. And it's right. If you train jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or just in the gym, you better be taking Honest Supplements. So go to their website, guys. All right. Now it's time for the show. Welcome back, folks, to We'll Take It From Here with Joe and Timmy, episode 175. We got the man, the myth, the legend back. He only missed one episode. Only one episode.
Only one episode.
Only one episode. Back from Bentornata, from Italia, from Italy. And I'm sure.
From the motherland.
From the motherland, baby. Yeah. And I'm sure you loved it. We already spoke.
It was so much fun.
Different lifestyle there, right?
Absolutely. And the crazy part there is, too, is like, there's a lot of the big cities, right?
Yeah.
Which is similar to us. And then, like, outside of that, it's, like, rural. It's like really rural. I didn't notice, not that I explored a lot of the country, but I didn't see a lot of like suburbs. It's like city or rural. There's not a lot of in between.
Yeah, so you have a little bit of a different. That's a good point that you make. It is very much like that. It's very much countryside. Think about if you're from New Jersey. Think about Sussex and Warren County.
Yeah.
Type not was Warren all the way out by Blairstown. Think about that land. Yeah, that land, and then going into New York City, but not as populated.
Yeah.
Right, without the skyscrapers. But there really is no in between.
Yeah, and all the roads there are super narrow. We went to. I was telling you, we went and visited my mom's father's side of the family's, where her grandfather was from, in a little town called Terranova. There's only like 10 people that live there now.
There was you didn't tell me that. There was 10 people that lived
15 people is like the residents. It's a small town. Everyone knows, like we walked in, everyone knows we're not from there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Chissà questi.
Yeah, and we don't have any family there anymore, but my mom has a friend there that she used to live in Parsippany.
Yeah.
Now lives back there. So they were giving us the tour. But it's a super small town. It's the roads still are super narrow too. It's a small town, in the countryside, but yeah.
Did you see those trucks with the 3 wheels in Terranova?
No,
because if you're up there in Savignano, not Savignano, Campania, but in the actual mountains, they have the small trucks with 3 wheels.
Yeah. I saw them on Capri.
Okay. Yeah. There's gonna be a shit ton on Capri.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm back.
Fuck yeah.
We got some treats. I bought some pipes for us. This was in Sorrento.
Yeah.
Where I bought this amazing watch. This was another watch, handmade wood out of Sorrento.
And then some grappa. We're gonna get some grappa. So this definitely can't see because it's behind the helmet yet.
I bought this it's a small island right by Venice. It's the original island that was first inhabited by fishermen. And that island's famous for all the unique colored houses.
I'm trying to think where the hell you were.
Because it's like part of that area. So I think there's one more island we didn't see because we were on a short tour.
Okay,
gotcha. So that day we went and saw the glass blowing island where they blow all the glass for that area. It used to be in Venice.
What type of glass blowing?
Like all like this kind of stuff, super intricate. It's like I think it's the I don't know if it's true or not. I think it was the origin of where all glass blowing comes from.
Okay, nice. You said blowing.
Blowing. So they make the glasses, like this is hollow on the inside. They put a tube in and blow into it.
No shit.
Yeah. So they walked us through the tour, and the guy made the Ferrari horse.
No way.
He made that in like 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's fucking
like
sick.
you just, yeah, and it's family. It's like that. You can't like, you might be able to get a job there, but it's like it's family. It passed down through family.
Yeah.
They don't have an official school for it.
That's wild. Fatto a mano, made by hand, baby.
Yeah, so
Grappa.
we're gonna drink a little grappa after this. Should we pour that first?
Yeah, let's pour it. Why not? Fuck it. I'm gonna get you. You want to? I'm gonna. So I have some.
You can start getting lit. I'm gonna be off mic a little bit.
I'm gonna stay getting lit, baby. All right, baby. Let's get this. So the one thing I love about it is you get to see while you're pouring that. For those of you who've been to Italy and probably anywhere else, it's not just.
That smells so good.
It smells so good, right? It looks good. Grappa can be strong, man, depending how it's made.
The only time I've ever had it was homemade by some Polish guy. It was my buddy's neighbor. So, I don't know if that's too much.
That's probably perfect considering I've only had eggs. It's 9:30.
I had 2 pieces of string cheese and coffee.
It's 9:30, folks. We're smoking pipes and fucking drinking grappa. Anyway, grazie. Salute.
Prego.
Let's go. So what I was saying was...
So this is a sipping drink, right? This is not a shooter.
Oh, no, you could shoot this. You could shoot this.
It's
I'm not
first
going to
thing in
shoot
the
it.
morning.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I'm sipping it. Cheers. Salute.
Dude, that's smooth.
That's very good.
I wasn't sure So I bought this bottle purely for the bottle itself, not the alcohol.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure how it was going to taste.
That was very smooth and good. That's better. Oh, my God. That's good. The grappa,
tobacco or
both, but the combo's fire.
Yeah, so it took me forever to remember that it's not grazie, it's grazie.
Grazie, yeah, grazie.
Because they wouldn't respond. But if I correct myself and say grazie, they would then respond prego, which I thought was hilarious. They're like, that's Spanish. I'm like, it's gracias is Spanish.
Yeah.
Which I said that's so white.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Yeah, grazie is a very Americanized thing. Because people are like, grazie. I don't know, it's grazie. Dude, there's one thing about like any type of... What I was saying before is any type of place you're going to, it's not just Italy. It could be Spain, it could be Portugal, it could even be outside of Europe. You really, really, really recognize the difference in culture. And obviously you're there for vacation, so you're seeing a different part of it. If you live there every day, it's going to be a little different, sure. But the lifestyle and the tradition, it's more laid back, bro. Even if you're working, it's more laid back.
Yeah, which I really enjoyed. I think so we started off in Napoli. Yeah, dude, that pizza, they're hands down best pizza in the world.
Pizza più buona al mondo.
The first thing we did when we got there. So day one, we went and we landed at like 9 a.m., red-eye flight. And then the first thing we did, my mom found this really awesome cafe. It's a 150-year-old cafe.
That's sick.
Dude, I got this Cafe Brasilia.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to order in other places. That was the only place I had. I think one other place in Capri had it. It's an espresso shot with cacao and something to make it sweet. I forget what it was. So good. Oh, I have a picture of it. I'll try to post it up if I can find it.
I love that you didn't follow any of the fucking rules with the cappuccino, which I love that. It. Fuck yeah.
Fuck that.
Have a cappuccino afternoon, baby. Let's go.
I didn't have many cappuccinos. I was having a lot of espresso and stuff.
Because their version of their espresso is our morning coffee. So when you guys do the morning drip coffee, that for them, that doesn't exist. It's, what's it called? It's espresso shots, which are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, and even the espresso. So in Naples, there's one thing. You went to cafes in Naples for sure, right? To get espresso? They gave you water beforehand, right?
Yes, I love that.
They always do that in the north.
In Capri, too, they did that.
In Capri, yeah. They do it in the south. They didn't do it up north, right? Yeah, that's one thing. They give you water before they take the shot, or with the shot. It's awesome. And you always get the espresso first and then pay later.
Yeah. That was, I found weird, is a lot of places you paid first, and like gelato.
Yeah.
You paid for the gelato, and then you ordered your food, whatever it was. With the espresso, you're sitting at a bar. It's a bar. There's no seats. It's everyone's just hanging out. Like even at the airports and the train station, same thing. It was you're standing at a bar, and it's designed you drink it quick. You're not sitting there sipping on it.
In Italy, when you go to the bar, you're going to the cafe. And when you go to the pub, or the club, is the bar, the pub.
Yeah. So the first day we went to a 150-year-old church. It's right next to this gorgeous. I think it's a church. It's right in Napoli.
I love that you're saying all of it correctly.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I get made fun of all the time by all my friends.
Well, I was so confused. I was like, is it Naples or is it Napoli? And then I asked the tattoo artist, and she's like, no, it's Napoli. Naples is the English version. I'm like, all right, well, Naples is Naples, Florida. That's what it's going to be from now on. It's Napoli. So, dude, that was awesome. 150-year-old coffee shop. It was so much fun. And then that day, the night started off with we made our own. The first pizza I had in Napoli was we made our own. Granted, so the dough takes, I think, 24 to 36 hours sitting overnight. So we just made dough, and then they had dough ready for us. We made our own pizza. It wasn't the dough makes it though. That's all. It
100%.
Makes it.
100%. The dough, the water they use, it all makes it. That's all the ingredients are very. We spoke about this before, but now you know because you've been there. How incredible is it when you eat a meal there and you're not feeling like shit compared to America?
I had to stop eating breakfast because I just was overeating so much. I was physically bloatedly full.
Well, their breakfast isn't breakfast. They don't have eggs in there.
Hotel we said
hotels,
it had.
Yes.
But I wasn't even eating a lot of breakfast. I was just eating so much carbs that my stomach was just so full. It wasn't digesting. I didn't feel like shit. I just was overeating.
That's funny as shit.
The second day, I was like, it was third day finally. I was like, no breakfast. I don't feel good. I don't want to have anything. I'm still full. And then the rest of the trip, I stopped eating breakfast. You have a small pastry, and that was with your espresso, and that's perfect.
Yep.
Just a small little thing in the rest of the day because it's pizza and pasta everywhere.
Pizza and pasta everywhere you go.
Gnocchi.
What was your gnocchi?
Gnocchi. Yeah,
that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
I don't have I can't pronunciate well.
But that's a hard one. It's GNO is the gnocchi. But what was your favorite pasta dish?
You count ravioli as a pasta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So that was my first Michelin star restaurant in Capri. I'm going to try my best to say it.
Capri.
Yeah.
But dude, we're in America. If you say Capri, people look at you like 15 heads. Capri is fine.
They can kick rocks. I don't care. I'm going to respect my family. First Michelin star restaurant I've been to, it was in Capri, and it's all the way on. I don't know what direction, but when you get off the port, it's all the way to the right. You just keep going up to the right, and it's a little restaurant. They have 5 hotel rooms too. That's a secret hotel. Gorgeous view, super quiet, secluded. They're known for their homemade raviolis. Oh, it was so good.
So good.
It was so good, and we got wine there too. They make their own, we got the house wine because that's their wine that they make, and it was just everything was good.
Always go vino di casa. Always.
The bruschetta. Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
That was the bread with the tomato. Oh, how good is that shit?
Good, dude. The tomatoes there. I'm not a big vegetable person, but the tomatoes there are so even the ones at the hotel were vibrantly red. Nothing here is that vibrant. It just was glistening red. A vibrant color.
Yeah.
And it's just so tasty.
Love that.
Olive oil and bread at every meal.
Right? Bro, how good is that shit? How about the fact that when you go out in restaurants, there's no tap water?
It's all bottle. But the wild thing is, in all the cities, they have water fountains. And it's not like you go hit it's just constantly flowing. Mm-hmm. Constantly flowing.
But they'll never give you tap water at a restaurant. Yeah. You have to harass them, or they still won't. Tell me in Rome. Tell me, please, you had amatriciana or carbonara? Tell me, please.
What is that?
Oh, no, you didn't. Fuck. Those are the dishes, pretty good dishes. I don't know. I think amatriciana, I think, is a Roman dish, and I think carbonara is too. It's a pasta dish. Amatriciana is a mixture of to be honest, I forgot what's really in it, but the carbonara is you make the spaghetti, right? Mm-hmm. And then once the spaghetti is cooked, you drain it, you put, you whip up scrambled eggs and you put that over it, but you have to time it perfectly so it doesn't cook itself and that it's not too soggy. And then you have pancetta, which is nice little like little porks, like little pork squares. It's a pancetta, and then you put the cheese and the peppers, and it's a spaghetti dish with literally raw. It's like not cooked, but not too raw egg. It's so good.
I didn't even know that was the thing.
Bro, carbonara is probably my favorite dish, and it's very... You have to really hit it, because if you don't...
That's funny. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah. The food in Rome was good, but it wasn't anything spectacular. I mean, we started in Napoli and Capri.
Yeah, Napoli.
Yeah, it's literally the best food that you could get.
You're not going to have anything better, dude. You're not.
Yeah, dude, that was a lot of fun. And then in Venice, dude, Venice is wild. The one church there, the big church there, I forget what it is. Is it St. Michael's?
San Michele, probably.
Whatever. The big church, it has 2 million pilings.
That's fucking...
Is how they built it. They put 2 million pilings directly next to each other. Like, do you understand? 2 million pilings.
That's
and
wild.
They're like, I don't know how big they are, but they're not small.
Yeah.
Next to each other. And because they're so close together, there's no oxygen. They're going to petrify, is what the tour guy said. But that's what this huge-ass marble church is built on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But shout out Nicola, if you're listening and watching. He's from a town outside of Venice called Campo San Piero, which is like the countryside of Padova.
Campo. See?
Yeah, Campo San Piero.
I told Joe something.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know the Piazza.
Piazza is the town squares in cities, but in Venice, they call them campos. And all campos typically have churches, not all, but typically have churches. It's a big city square, basically, and they all have a water fountain.
Did you go to Campo dei Fiori in Rome?
Maybe we did so much in Rome, but we stayed right. We were a half a block away from the Trevi Fountains, and we did that specifically because it was so fucking busy. Like, it was like we should have avoided that street to get back to a hotel. It was that busy. It's so hard to get around. So the day we left, we woke up at 6 a.m. to go to the fountains, and there was already a couple dozen people there. Mm-hmm. And it was the only time that we got close. And then we went from there, and then we walked directly to Spanish Stairs. And they were empty. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a small.
Okay. Sorry, we're being really big, hardcore Italian fans right now. In Rome, right? Mm-hmm. It's just ancient ruins on top of ancient ruins on top of ancient ruins, and then modern buildings. So that the Spanish Stairs, gorgeous. On the top of the stairs is a church, and in that courtyard in front of the church is an obelisk.
Yep,
from Egypt. Mm-hmm. I thought that was wild. And there's I don't know how many there are in the city, but there's more than one. I saw at least 4.
Well, back in the day, I'm pretty sure, if my knowledge is correct, so you historians correct me. I'm pretty sure Caesar and Cleopatra would.
Yeah, from what
I remember, they knew each other. They would visit.
Cleopatra was somehow related, or they had relations or something. I do remember that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was related, or maybe they were, but it was like they were.
I don't mean like
relations. It's like a working relationship. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just thought it was wild.
Yeah.
And the one obelisk still had like marble on it. I'm like, I was trying to figure out what was going on with it, because there's hieroglyphs. I don't know how to say that.
Hieroglyphics?
Yeah, all across the column, right? But then it looked like it had like marble covering on it, and that was chipped away. So I'm like, does that have writing on it? And then it was covered with a marble, so it's supposed to be hidden. Like I couldn't figure it out.
Well, when you think about it, if it's 2,000 years old, right? The city's more than 2,000 years old, but we'll give it 2,000, right? Think about what it used to look like, right? We're seeing what it looks like 2,000 years later, and then we see what the History Channel and what historians and archaeologists and what they think it may have looked like based off of this and that, but we don't really know what it looks like. We have an idea. So imagine what it actually looked like back then, dude.
We did a tour guide through the Colosseum, which was cool because we saw the catacombs. I got to see where the fucking gladiators came from the schools.
That's fucking sick,
It was
dude.
wild.
That place is definitely haunted.
We were on a tour, so we were at our own pace, and in that tunnel, it's blocked off. They just have a screen to show you kind of what it's like, which is kind of annoying. I wanted to see what it looked like.
Yeah,
you can put the screen off to the side, but I'm sure they have a reason for it. But I was not in a place where I could sit and kind of feel the energy. We were just constantly on the go, so we never felt settled, which I kind of regret. I didn't get to sit and absorb as much as I would have wanted. But Rome is just, it's it's like New York City energy of just so much going on. So
yeah, it's like New York City energy, but it's not New York City. But that the energy is 100%. It's always just moving.
It's not New York City energy, but I don't have another
no,
comparison.
No, it's always moving. So it's not New York City by any means. You don't have skyscrapers. You don't have you have cobblestone streets that are actually.
I think with the skyscrapers, someone made a comment, and I don't know if it's like an unwritten rule, but it's not allowed to be taller than the Sistine Chapel or something like that. The buildings.
That's news to me, but
I think it's like an unwritten rule. That's why there's no skyscrapers.
What was the? Were you in Rome after the Pope died? What was that like?
So
that must have been.
I had a coworker.
Show.
I had a coworker. He was like 5 days ahead of us on this trip. I did not know he was there, and I happened to see it. And he was in Rome when the Pope died. And I was like, dude, how wild is it? And he goes, you can't get any more busy than it already is. Mm-hmm. It was so crazy. But like, we didn't even bother going by Venice. No, I mean, not Venice.
Vatican.
Vatican. Didn't even bother because it just, especially with the Jubilee, was too much going on. But we got there on Tuesday. We flew out Thursday morning. The funeral was Saturday beforehand. So thankfully all that was done before we got there.
Good.
Because, Trump was in there and a whole bunch of politicians. So it's
so shitty. That would have been the worst fucking traffic ever. Dude, the Sistine Chapel, I've been in the Vatican. I've been in St. Peter's, the cathedral. I've been into the chapels and took the whole tour of the museum. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie. It's fucking cool. But when you go into Sistine Chapel, man, it is very underwhelming. So you're expecting this whole big fancy-ass fucking room. Huge. It is tall. Like the ceiling's pretty high, but man, you go in the room and first of all, you're like quiet.
Yeah.
And then it's no bigger than I can't give it a reference, but it's not big, dude. And you look up and you're like, oh shit, that's the fucking Sistine. Like that's the Sistine Chapel. That's my Michelangelo painting. The whole what is that? David and God, right? I think.
I'm not exactly sure.
But it's fucking cool. I just remember there was this tourist who just took out a fucking big ass camera and took pictures, and they were like, "No," and like they were like, "Delete." They don't allow you to take pictures.
Really?
You can't take pictures. They say it's because the flash will ruin the painting. I don't know how legit that is. I think it's they don't want people to try to like print it and then sell shit. I don't know. I have no idea.
Kick rocks.
So what I did is I did a little. I may or may not have put my iPhone out.
The selfie?
Little selfie. I don't have that anymore. It's definitely deleted.
If it's about flash, that's no flash when you do that, so they can suck a bag of dicks.
Exactly. It's definitely because they don't want you to, like, sell. But it was sick.
Yeah, so we dodged that bullet, thank God.
Well, that honestly, though, so you asked me, but I'm going to have you tell people because Forza Napoli. What is the... what were your favorite, and go in order of the places you visited from favorite to not favorite.
I'm gonna change the wording from not favorite to because they weren't bad. It was just fine.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was
Capri was my favorite.
Yes,
hands down. Like, dude, it's an island. So, and then like I would say second is Terra Nova, where we visit my family. It's on the top of the hillside. We got to see my great grandfather's house, little thing. Pompeii was awesome. That was so much fun.
How sick was that? Remember seeing the bodies in ash?
Yeah. So it's funny. Our tour guide took us the opposite direction.
Uh-huh.
First thing was like we go the opposite direction because everyone's going that way. So we're gonna go the opposite. We're gonna have the least amount of people, and then at the end, it's you're going down the front stretch where everyone's gonna be. So whatever. And you see everyone that I think they're petrified. I don't think it's not their actual body anymore. It's the void of where the body was gets fossilized. I guess I don't know the exact process, but it's funny. They walk you through. Here's 3 people. There's 2 adults and a child. They're like none of these people are related. They did DNA tests, whatever. And then you get over, and there's a dog. And everyone was like, oh, and she's like, every single person does not say all about the people. When it's the dog, everyone goes, oh, because they feel bad the dog died.
Dog died, yeah.
Which was really cool to see. Dude, Pompeii was awesome.
Pompeii is
and
fucking sick.
What I love is because like Rome is built on old ruins, and then those ruins were built on, and those ruins, but now it's a modern city. So like you just everywhere you walk, you're down a regular street with modern buildings, and then it's the Parthenon. Like
Pantheon.
Thank
Parthenon
you.
is in Greece.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry. But like you're just
Piss off
walking
some Greeks there.
you're just walking down random streets, and like you don't even expect to see ancient ruins, and it's right there, and you can go and touch it. Where Pompeii, it's like I got yelled at because I was like leaning on a pole.
You got yelled at?
Yeah, they're like, get off the pole.
Really?
I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. You want to preserve it? I mean, I wasn't really doing much, but it is weird.
That's wild.
But it was really cool. And then like they had plumbing. They had lead pipes.
100%.
Which is wild.
Dude, the Romans, the aqueducts and all that shit, they had like a whole... Dude, I'm starting to think... I know we've touched this. A little segue. I'm really starting to think that they weren't as primitive as we have been
They
taught.
just didn't have electronics.
Yeah, they probably didn't
Can I steal you
have...
later?
Yeah, sure. They probably didn't have, by any means, a cell phone.
They had a water valve to turn water on and off.
Bro, they definitely had different types of power, and they definitely generated electricity, thank you, in a different way, i.e. the pyramids, right?
Yeah, well, that's... I think that's even older, so...
Yes, that's even older. I think that these societies were more advanced in a different way. More efficient in a different way. Because you get all this shit about, energy efficiency and green, all that shit. It's like, no, I think they really found a way to have all of that in a basically dispersed to everyone with basically for free.
Yeah.
Like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
He was experimenting with that.
Yeah.
Where do you think he got his ideas from?
So, I don't know about the Romans. I think the Romans were... I don't know. So, what I saw in Pompeii is they had water and, like, there was no electricity. On the ground in all the houses, they would have, like, these little small white tiles, and that would be the reflectiveness from the sun coming in, because they didn't have lights. Uh-huh. It was just wild to see. The one house that was really well preserved was apparently, like... So I found out that like you could buy your freedom if you were a slave in Rome, and a lot of the big houses, in Pompeii, and then a lot of like the bigger houses, the big merchants were slaves that then took over and then became very successful, which I thought was wild. But the one of the houses that were really well preserved, it had like some like rich prostitute, like she had like I forget the exact story, but she was like this house was a big house, and then like in the quarter she had her prostitution room.
No shit.
It was directly. Like kitchen, the door. You walk in, and then in the little like I don't want to say a prayer room, but it's like a
congregation room.
It's a room for like a sacrifice, not like but like it's that room is to show honor to whatever the god or whatever it was for the saint. And then through there was the kitchen, and then the next door, the only other room connected to the kitchen was her bedroom where she was doing her services.
No shit.
Directly next to the kitchen.
So she was a slave who was a hooker, who then earned her freedom by making money.
I don't know the full story on her exactly, but she was it was wild. It was cool, but it was just funny. Her room was directly next to the kitchen. I'm like, oh, and she's done having sex. She keeps making food.
Let's see this shit. Hold on, ready? I'm gonna Google this because I believe they wouldn't lie, but I want to see this. Pompeii slaves. Let's see. Pompeii slaves earning freedom. It's fucking wild.
So apparently that's very common in the Roman culture. Slavery wasn't based on discrimination. It was
class.
It wasn't class. It was captures of war and stuff. Instead of killing them, they would allow them to be slaves. And
efficiency, bro. In Pompeii, some slaves could gain their freedom through manumission, either by purchasing it with their savings or being granted it by their master. Once freed, they became liberti, which essentially freedmen, liberti, and could live relatively similar lives to freeborn citizens, though with some limitations. Skilled slaves were often well positioned to earn their freedom, and some freedom men even became wealthy and influential. I mean, that's AI, so I don't know how. I mean, that's if they're telling you it on the tour guide, they have documentation.
In Pompeii, they were obsessed with penises.
Yeah, dude. Italians and old Romans were very much so obsessed.
Well, it's like fertility. Like when in Thailand, they had a penis shrine. There's just all penises, just piles of them. So I don't know what it was with the ancient cultures, but they were obsessed.
They couldn't have any fucking nice boobies,
right? I guess the penis is fertility. I don't know, whatever. But I thought it was wild. So I would say Capri, Terranova, then Pompeii, Napoli, all the kind of the same area. Then we did Sorrento for 2 days, which was nice. And then we did the Amalfi Coast. It was all fun stuff.
Amalfi Coast is beautiful.
It's beautiful, but like it's a lot of shopping. You know, like you're doing touristy stuff. So like I don't care about going there. Like it was cool. It was beautiful, but it wasn't anything special to me. I think Venice is next, and then like Lake Como was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But it's like you're either super rich and have all these bougie houses or hotels, or just like tourist traps of like. It's just like it was nothing. The scenery and the area is absolutely gorgeous, but outside of that, there was not a whole lot. The food there wasn't anything special. And then Rome was awesome, but there's so much tourists, so many immigrants. Dude, they were like aggressively trying to sell you shit. And like the one guy's line was like, "Are you African?" It's like, no, fuck off. Just fuck off. Like, leave me the fuck alone. And I was trying to learn. My wife was teaching me some Arabic, and there's a really bad Arabic saying, and basically says like, go fuck yourself, but like times 10.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to practice it. So they said something to me, I would say that, and they can try to figure out what it means, and hopefully they know. But it's like, dude, fuck off. Like I'm not buying your bullshit on the street.
Yeah, dude, that was the worst, bro. I remember once seeing a guy, and when I was in Rome studying, it was the bridge. We would have to walk the bridge by Castel Sant'Angelo. Did you see that? It's so if you're walking, because you're by Fontana di Trevi. Okay, if you're walking toward the Colosseum, way before the Colosseum. So sorry, let's make it easy for you. You're walking as if you're going to Vatican, Saint Peter's Cathedral, but it's on your right. The Castel Sant'Angelo, which is a castle with a moat, and then the angel. I think it's Archangel.
Yeah, we didn't go over there.
Okay, it's a bridge there. That's where they have all of those, and we have to cross that bridge to get to our school.
Yeah,
bro, you would be bombarded with sales. You just gotta fucking ignore them. You just keep walking.
Yeah,
but
it's like homeless people in New York City.
You know, what it is, and this is what I was told by a guy that worked the hotel in Rome when my brother and dad came to visit me. What I'm told is those are people that get smuggled over by the mafia. Take with this what you will. They get smuggled over by the mafia, so illegal immigrants come in. And to pay them back, the mafia goes, okay, we got you here, you gotta pay us back.
Yeah.
So they go and they sell that shit. So those people will get arrested. Like the police will every now and then fucking come in and arrest them. I remember this one guy from Naples was pissed, man. This Napoletano was with his freaking wife and was arguing with one of them. The guy was like trying to sell him. He's like, and I was listening to him, and what he was saying is, he's like, bro, you guys are everywhere in my fucking city, and you're everywhere in this city. Like, I don't want to buy your bullshit. Just stop harassing me. And the one was like, amore, tranquilo, like, calm down, and then he just went away. And I was laughing because the guy's like, he's getting, get the fuck out of my face.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Get the tourists. Don't bother me.
Yeah. Well, you're the tourist.
Yeah. Well, still, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. That was the only annoying part. In Napoli, it wasn't too bad. Dude, the pickpocket in Napoli, that was wild. My mom wasn't paying attention. She's sightseeing at the end of the night, and my dad's noticing this guy, so he moves my mom to the other side. The guy moves. And then, so my dad then puts himself in between, and he goes, yeah, I gave him a fucking elbow. The guy fucked off.
Yeah, good, dude.
Yeah.
No, the pickpocketing's bad, and not only in Napoli, but Roma is bad. It's just bad, and it's bad everywhere.
But in Napoli, like, it was like you could tell, like, in Rome, there's so much tourists. It's not like there's not that, but like you can kind of tell the difference. In Napoli, there's so many locals that you can like you couldn't really judge. It just had the vibe, but like, yeah, it's gonna.
Okay, so I have a question for you. You heard a lot of Italian there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you'd be able to pick up on the differences since you don't really speak the language, but were you able to pick up the differences of accent and dialect from Napoli down in the south to up north in Venice to Como, Lombardia? Did you get any of that? No? Accent-wise, how about?
Not so much. So in our tour guide in Venice, she was fucking awesome. She's badass. She apparently was a tour guide for Pelosi in like 15 years ago. Like they requested her. and she was teasing as the Southern Italians are the loud ones. I go, that's us.
Yeah, for sure.
That's us.
For sure we are, bro.
But like she was telling us the different accents and stuff too, and in the city right outside of Venice that we went to, that's known for all the fancy like colored houses. We went and talked to the painter. She's like, let's go interview him and ask like why they're changing the house color. And she's like, his accent's weird. It's Italian, but it also has like some Spanish hints to it.
Venice is,
but like she could tell the difference.
Yeah, Venice, the Neapolitan dialect, so Napoletano takes a lot of. I think it's a mix. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not like a linguist or anything, but I think it's a mixture of Spanish from Spain, some French, a little bit influence, and Italian, and I think Greek. I think I could be completely wrong with that, but something along those lines. Venice, they are very sing-songy. So no, they really are.
I know, that's funny.
It's fucking awesome. I want to introduce you to Nicola. He's the one from Campo San Piero. He's a good friend of mine. When he speaks Italian, he speaks his dialect. First of all, it's completely different from the language, and then you hear that it's so nice. It's very sing-songy. It's like they're almost singing. I swear to God,
that's funny. Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I really need to get the fuck back there. Yeah, I need to get back there.
So, I'm glad I went. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to go rock climbing mountain bike because like the Dolomites are in the northern Italy. It's amazing there, and like there's so much good stuff there. And I'm like, this was a touristy seeing all the sights thing. The next time I'm gonna go back. Hopefully it's not too long, but I'm going there for at least a week so I can mountain bike and rock climb.
Yeah,
like there's so much of that there. Yeah.
Here's what we'll do, because I gotta get back there. If you want, we'll go, and I will, because you with the mountain climbing, yeah, the mountain biking and rock climbing is all up in the north, right? That you want to do, or so
mostly, yeah, but mostly it's everywhere. Like, apparently, Sicily has a lot of really good climbing too.
That's a place I gotta go to.
Yeah, my parents are going back in the fall there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this trip, they're going in the fall with some friends. On this trip, when we're in Terra Nova with where my family's from, my parents are like, fuck it. Since we're flying here anyway, might as well come back here and hang out for a night. So they're going to go to Terra Nova and spend some time there.
Fuck yeah.
Because we were only there for like, so we had, we did Easter Mass. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but we did Easter Mass in my family church. The church name was, I forget the full name, but it was Cosmo. And my mom's grandfather's name is Cosmo. So, like, it was really cool to see.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So they're going to spend some time there after, I can't think of the fucking island. Sicily, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go there, too. There's so much to see. This is the problem. I don't have enough time and money to travel nonstop, and there's so many places in the world to see.
Bro, Italy is offering foreigners, I think Americans, like, to pay to live there.
Yeah.
But it's like, here's the thing. What do you want? What do you want in life? You want, all right, without getting into it, we are free here, but more free than they are over there, right? You can get into the nuances of if we're really free. But do you want to give up what we have here, what you've worked for and built here, to go live there with substantially less freedom? There's still a Western civilization, but you're not making like all that, like the tax money there, like although what they tax the Italians and what the Italians pay the government, bro, worse than over here. You don't make anything. But would you substitute that for the lifestyle that you're living over there? Because it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
It's a very calm, old school.
It's not a rat race style.
It's not a rat race, but it's like some people like the rat race, and it depends on the rat race. If the rat race is something that you're passionate about, then that's good. But like, would you make that switch?
So this is always the toughest thing too. Is like I would love to move out of New Jersey, but the realistic factor is we have so much family here. We're not leaving.
What's that?
We have so much family
yeah,
here.
you know.
We're not leaving.
Yeah.
Like especially with having kids soon. Like to leave where all our family is doesn't make sense. You know, if you got up and left early in life where you not have your roots in, okay, you can do that. But you know, it's tough to leave family. So like going to Italy, unless everyone's going, you're starting you're basically starting over.
Yeah.
Like not just economically, socially too.
Yeah.
which is fine. It could be a lot of fun, and there's nothing wrong with it. If I had to do that, I don't think I would have an issue with it. But that's not something I'm gonna go do.
I wouldn't. I would try to get a summer house there. That's what I would do. I would spend the summers there.
Yeah,
that's a goal.
Hopefully when we're older, we're in a place to do that because I think it would be a lot of fun. Even if it's only for maybe 3 years, we do that.
Yeah.
But so next year we're talking about going to Lebanon where my in-laws are from.
No shit.
So the whole time going through Pompeii and Rome and stuff, my wife's like, "Yeah, this reminds me of Baalbek." Baalbek. I'm trying to say it with the actual Arabic accent.
I love it. I fucking love it.
That is so Baalbek. Whatever. Look it up and try to listen to the Arabic say it. That has the world's largest cut stone. Joe Rogan's talk about it. The one guy who goes into this stuff, I forget. It's measures it's. I'm gonna look it up now, but it's the world's largest cut stone, and those ancient ruins are some of the oldest in the world, even older than Rome.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there was I think those are older. There is more ancient in the Middle East, right, than there is in Europe, right?
Baalbek, Lebanon, Baalbek megaliths size. Yeah, so that's I don't even know the origin of it. It's 1,000 tons. Stone of pregnant woman weighs. Why is the stone named pregnant woman? The largest cut stone in the world weighs an estimate of 1,650 tons. Let's see if it has the size. It is 20 meters long, 5 meters wide, and 5 meters tall.
5 meters tall?
Yeah, that is the pregnant woman.
Tall.
Okay, let's see.
Fucking huge, bro.
This one, the Forgotten Stone, is 20 meters long, 6 meters wide, and 5 meters tall. Dude, that's just fucking wild.
That is fucking crazy.
Look at that. There's a person on top.
Holy
I'm going to try to post a picture of this if I can remember.
Dude.
Yeah, it's huge.
Dude, I feel like I love it when you finally get a reference. Because a lot of those statues...
Those are camels next to that.
Oh, that's fucking huge.
And so if you guys are curious at all, which I suggest looking, those aren't from that area. They're shipped... They were shipped 100 miles or something like that. Those... Yeah, that's ancient cultures. Ancient cultures. That's old as fuck. Let's see.
That begs the question.
All right, let's see when this is from.
How did they get there?
Date. 29 BC. 2900 BC. Is what they're guessing. Who fucking actually knows? Yeah, so we're planning on going there hopefully next summer. So this trip was 2 weeks and it was exhausting because we did so much traveling and touristy stuff. So when we go there, I think we're talking maybe doing 3 weeks, but because we're gonna be at someone's house. My in-laws still have a house there. We don't have to keep moving. We have cars, so we can go and explore all that stuff. So I'm going to Baalbek, and there's a whole bunch of other ruins there. It's gorgeous. My wife's cousin went there. Not last year, the summer before that, before all the things popped off in Israel, and I saw all the pictures, and it's so gorgeous there. That Lebanon is that's an ancient culture too. I think that place is slept on.
That's what I was going to ask you because I've heard very good things about it. I know it's very multi. There's a lot of different cultures in Lebanon.
Yeah.
But is it good to go now, or are they still having the?
My in-laws are talking about going in September.
Okay.
As long as everything stays kind of on par with where it's at now. Yeah, they were getting fucked up by Israel too. Because I think Hamas has some power in northern Lebanon. I think it's part of Lebanon that they get roped into a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get trampled on. But they're an ancient culture, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, you should definitely check that out.
Yeah, so that's the next on the list of traveling.
Dude, honestly, my traveling, and I've been blessed to be able to travel, so I'm very happy.
Yeah.
But it's been, I don't even say the word limited, it's just been confined, I think that's the same word, right? To Caribbean and Europe. And I have no problem with that. That's awesome. I do always wonder, what it would be. And if it's not even that it's from choice, right? I want to explore more of Europe. To go to the Middle East, to go to these places, when you watch a lot of YouTubers who basically take you behind the scenes, right, and give you a non-media view of it, it's got its like perks. It's got it. The people are, for the most part, generally the same. They just want to live their lives, be left alone, and they're the majority of the interactions that these people have are very genuine. Obviously, just like every country, it's got its good parts and its bad parts. But I feel like a lot of those types of countries are slept on in the Western culture. Because of the negative stigma the media gives it. And of course, if you go there, you may be, because it's a hot zone.
Lebanon, they have their own issues, but they get roped in. They're they're the most eastern country on the Mediterranean. They're the only Middle Eastern country that doesn't have any deserts. But they basically want to be left alone, but they get roped into everything.
So if I'm not mistaken here, let me get my geography good. You got Egypt, and then you have the canal, I believe where the Suez Canal is, right? And then to the east of it is where there's Jordan, Lebanon, Israel, and Palestine, correct?
I believe so. I'm going to bring up Google Maps on the phone.
But where is Lebanon, south of Israel or north? I'm thinking it's
Lebanon's north of Israel.
North of Israel. Okay, yes.
I don't know what countries this is.
Because then it's Syria and Lebanon are near each other, right?
So that's Lebanon, and then to the east coast of Lebanon is Syria.
Yes, and then it's the north of Israel.
Yeah, and then Turkey's just above Lebanon.
Turkey's just above Lebanon. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is wild because it's technically Asia. No, it is Asia.
Yeah.
It's the Middle East, Asia, and but it's right near Turkey, which is technically Europe and Asia.
Yeah. So it gets wild because they get roped in. Syria, in order to go to the coast, they basically block off half the coast of Syria.
Right?
So it gets really wild there. You got Jordan, and then just past Syria is Iraq. So they get roped in a lot of shit.
Dude, if it wasn't such a hot zone because of all this shit, I mean, let's be honest, it's been going on for millennia, right?
Yeah.
But
it's like the origin of, at least where they think the origin of civilization is.
Yeah, but like all that shit, ancient Mesopotamia, all that fucking shit. There was a theory. It doesn't really get spoken about that much, but there was a theory that, where was it? In Iraq. The reason why we went to Iraq, they said it was weapons of mass destruction. Then they said it was oil. But the real reason was like the American military was looking for something in the portal. You know what I'm talking about? The portal, like the ancient portal.
It's
or like where the giants were.
Ancient ruins or some shit like that.
Yeah, they were looking for something there. That's where Clinton was.
Yeah, allegedly found. I forget what it was.
What the fuck was it? It's in Iraq.
It was some kind of like ancient like.
Because we know we geek out.
It's like
on
an ancient
shit.
book or something like that.
Yes.
I forget what it was.
Oh no! Yes, it's the. Fuck me, dude. It's the.
I'll pass.
What's up? Fair, but point being, for people like us that geek out on all this shit, especially me, that would be the place to go.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a little hard to go there.
So apparently, Lebanon too has a bunch of rock climbing too, and there might be some mountain biking.
That's for you, bro. That's for you.
But so like walking through my family's city, town, I should say, not city, town of Terra Nova. Sam's like, dude, this reminds me of where my family's from in Lebanon. It's a lot of similarities, but it's like it's all ancient Greek. Dude, foundation. That's all where it all spawns from.
And a lot of it, too, I've read a book on Sicily. I'm not going to say that I'm an expert on Sicily because I forgot it, but a lot of the Middle Eastern and Greek influence came, and African, North African influence came into Sicily, and then they went north.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the plan. I want to travel there, but there's so many places to see. Like, so I went and climbed in Greece in 2019, and we flew through Brussels, which is cool. We had a nice layover. We were able to explore a little bit of Brussels, which was wild.
Yeah.
I don't have a desire to really like. I want to see all that stuff, but there's so many places to see. So like,
okay, so
it's like I don't even know what directions of where I want to go at this point. There's so much.
Take Italy out because obviously you want to go back to Italy because you said it, right? Give me your top 5 next places that you want to go to.
So obviously right now, number one's Lebanon, right?
Okay, one.
The Egypt to see the pyramids for sure.
Yep.
But like, little sidebar, like walking through Rome and all that stuff. It's like I don't want to sound jaded, but it's like this is cool, but also like okay, I see it. There it is. Done. Like there's so much stuff in Rome to see, like, and it's just everywhere. You kind of get almost jaded a little bit. Like that's like there's a gorgeous church and like it's just a random church no one cared about. They just kept walking past it. I was like, if that was in the States, it'd be like the number one thing to see.
Yeah. So
like I want to see the pyramids, but at the same time too, you go there just to see the pyramids and like okay, cool.
Yeah,
it's done.
That's wild.
So I mean, I've already been to Thailand, so I can't put that on the list. I would totally go back. Spain, Portugal area, maybe.
So we'll give those two. Yep.
Yeah.
More.
I don't know. No, so I got one more.
Yeah.
Hawaii, maybe. It's
All
up
right.
there, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. But like, there's so much shit. Like Japan would be cool to see. I would love to see the Great Wall of China too, but I don't want to go to China.
Yeah, I don't want to go to China right now. It sucks.
There's so much. So what's your list?
My list would be Portugal. Portugal, I would do Maldives.
Where's Maldives?
Maldives is
that's a Caribbean
in the Indian Ocean. No, it's in the Indian Ocean, off in between Africa and that's the Indian Ocean, right? It's off the coast of India.
Southeast Asia.
It's fucking beautiful, dude. I wanna be on the.
It's direct. It's south. It's 6:30 on the clock from India.
Yeah. So I would do Portugal, Maldives. What else? I want to see Japan. That'd be sick. I don't know why, but Japan. I feel like they should have good food.
Oh. New Zealand.
Ooh, okay.
That's on the list.
Yeah, dude, going down yonder, bro, would be wild.
Australia, like my wife definitely wants to go there too. So Australia would be fun to visit, but like New Zealand is where I want to go.
Yeah, New Zealand would be nice. But I would say Portugal, Maldives. I want to check out Ireland. I would love to check out the UK, but I don't want to go to the UK right now.
I have zero desire. Yeah. I don't fucking care.
Ireland is good. Ireland, I want to check out.
Yeah, I would go there.
What else? I would like to do, and I said Japan, right? So I have one more.
What I got to do is I got to go shout out to Frankie for Boot Coffee. I got to
Scotland.
I got to go there when he goes back to visit.
Yeah. What else? Well, Scotland's technically UK, but fuck it. It's its own fucking place. What else? What did I say?
It is, but it's not.
It is, but it's
Scotland,
not.
Ireland are their own countries. UK is what? Great Britain and England and all that?
No, UK, well, no, so it goes England, Wales, and Scotland is Great Britain.
Yeah.
England, and then add Northern Ireland to that is the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then Ireland is its own thing, and they all make up the British Isles.
Yeah.
So technically, if you ask a Scot, depending on how patriotic they are, they're going to be like, no, I'm Scottish, not British, but they're technically Great Britain. And then what's my last one?
They can all kick rocks.
Rocks.
It's not the United States over here.
Ain't your United States of America.
I mean, don't deport me if I ever have to go there.
Dude, they're probably going to arrest you now because they're going to come here and arrest you.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Anyway, yeah. So what's your list? What'd you say? You said Portugal to start, right?
Portugal, I said.
Maldives.
I said Japan. And then I said...
Got two more.
Ireland. And then, you know what, dude? This is a hard one because I want to do something like one of those like St. Virgin Islands or something in the Caribbean. But you know what I actually would like to do?
Epstein's Island?
No. Fuck no. No. Probably I'm going to do a toss-up between Brazil and Argentina.
Oh, yeah, that's
But you know what, though? I would probably first go Brazil, so we'll make that my fifth. Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil.
So my wife went there as a kid. My father-in-law had a work trip there, and they ended up making like a family vacation out of it, too. So she wants to go back to Brazil.
Brazil would be fun.
Oh, Colombia.
Colombia would be nice. I've heard a lot of good things about Colombia. My cousin just came back from Colombia. He went by himself.
My cousin, his in-laws are from there.
So,
dude, I see when they go on vacation back, like to visit family. They're up in the mountains. It's cool. I mean, their family has money.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful there. So little side story. My cousin, I'm not going to give out any personal information here, but he took it upon himself to learn Spanish, and he started doing private lessons. Like, once he was able to get set up right, he started doing private lessons, and he speaks like fluent Spanish. So much that he speaks better than his in-laws, his wife's brothers and family. So, during the wedding, we got invited to it. It was in Colombia. No, it was in Mexico, I think, actually. We couldn't make it work. They gave a speech, and he gave the speech in Spanish and English, and it's fluent, like impressively, like he lived there.
Really?
Yeah. So it's funny. It's cool though to do that. He's what inspired me to want to start to learn Italian for my family, but the Lebanese language.
Love that.
So
Lebanese language is Arabic.
It's Arabic,
okay.
but it's like Italian. It's like Italian. It's the same
dialect.
thing. Yeah,
It has its own dialect for sure.
And there was a lot of French. The French ruled it for a while too. So there's a lot of French weaved into the language too.
Oh, yeah.
What's merci? Thank you.
Merci.
Yeah, that's thank you, right?
Yeah.
So they use that all the time.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
Charmuta. What's that?
Bitch.
Charmuta?
Yeah.
Love that. This is our calling people
my
charmuta.
brother-in-law, that's all he knows is the curse words.
Charmuta?
Charmuta? Yeah.
I'm going to go. If they're doing Cinco de Mayo today at Nam, I'm probably just going to call everyone a charmuta.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, what's up, lady? Charmuta.
So, I know a little bit. I know shui. Shui is a little.
Shui.
And then,
Shui. Charmuta.
Kifik. Kifuk. So I would say to you, Kifuk. That's how are you? And then Kifik is to female.
Kifuk.
Yeah.
You telling me I'm fucking keys here, bro?
Yeah, right?
Kifuk.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
Kifuk.
So I'm slowly picking up on
I like
stuff.
that, bro. That's fucking sick. Dude, I love languages. Dude, languages are the best. They're absolutely the fucking best.
It's a lot of fun. So I told my in-laws, you only speak to my kids in Arabic. If I don't know what you're saying, that's my problem.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. My wife needs to learn, brush up on her Arabic too. So it's fine. I want my kids to speak at least Arabic, Lebanese. But I would love for them to also learn Italian.
Bro, that's good. I'm happy that you already want to teach your kids a different language. It helps. They don't look. Let me explain something to everyone here.
Joe's gonna hold court right now.
I'm gonna hold court. Coming from an American who is very if I had to geek out or nerd out on something, it's languages. I love them. I love accents. I love dialects. I love languages. This is why I like to speak other languages. But the reason, because all these foreigners will always be like, "Oh, you Americans, do you speak only English?"
Why are you doing this in a French accent?
Because I feel
because of the arrogant ones. Fuck them.
You always speak of English.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with people, but the French culture is just very pompous. And it just drives me nuts. It's like, you guys aren't that cool to be that pompous. You're not that special. You're nothing. You're just normal people. Get over yourself. Sorry.
I love it.
You guys have some cool culture. That's cool. Just like the rest of the world. Yeah. Don't be so highfalutin and high on your horse. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But they're like, oh, well, you guys should learn a different language than the United States of America. And I'm like, there's part of me that's like, you know what? It wouldn't be a bad idea to learn a different language. It expands your mind. It makes it really does open your mind up to different things. And awesome. You have more opportunity than the person who doesn't. Awesome. But here's the reason why we don't always speak a different language. If I leave New Jersey, every other fucking state speaks English. Whereas when you guys leave your countries over there in Europe and Asia, for the most part, especially in Europe, you're speaking a different language. That's why it's easier for you guys.
Here's the thing, they all just default to English, though.
In business, they default to English. But when you go,
if you go to a tourist place, there's people that spoke other languages, it was always, they give them the English menu.
No, 100%. Yeah. But here's the thing. Because English is the principal language in all of the, let's call it economic language, right? Obviously, that's the one language you're going to learn. But there's a reason why a lot of Italians may know some French. A lot of French may know some Italian. Because when you leave the country, you're not speaking you're speaking their language. And that's fine. So it's easier. It's more of an incentive, right? Fuck, dude. With the exception of the business people in South America, okay? Yeah. Who when those touristy sections where you speak English, fine. If you leave Argentina, bro, not Brazil. If you leave Argentina to go to Uruguay, what do you got to speak? Spanish. Yeah. You leave Chile to go to Peru or Argentina, Spanish. Peru to Ecuador, Spanish. Different languages, different dialects.
Dialects, but still.
But it's Spanish. Now, if you leave you probably know a lot of Portuguese because if you live in those areas, you got to go to Brazil, you got to speak Portuguese, and Portuguese, you got to speak Spanish. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah. And from my understanding, too, is like if you speak Spanish, like you'll survive speaking that in Italy, too. It's not overlap.
Dude, I've had conversations with people who spoke Spanish. I responded in Italian, and you get to a certain extent where you can
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
for the most part. Yeah, so I really want to learn Lebanese. So the problem is Duolingo has Arabic, not Lebanese, and it's like I was doing it in bed one night, and my wife's like, I have no clue what the fuck that shit is.
Really?
Yeah, it's not the same. So I need to find. I really want to find a tutor. To do it because like I was doing Duolingo and it's fine, but I'm kind of disappointed in it. It didn't give me any information to use. Like, why in Duolingo? Like, I didn't do a lot of it, but I did a significant amount. There was no numbers in any of the stuff I did. Dude, you should like the number, like ordering food, like the time, all that stuff should be the basic interactions you do. And it's like, that's not really in that.
Bro, here's how you learn the language, okay? Here's how you learn any language. You get the grammar, you do your schooling with grammar. You need your basic grammar.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Because here are they doing in school. You do Spanish 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
AP, honors. Awesome. Now you learn, and you learn how to speak it. Great. Now your real test is when you go to that language. Okay, so now you have your AP. You're a high school student, AP in fucking Spanish. Now you go to Argentina. Are we speaking to each other like this? No, we're not. It's so much. Now you're going to get a culture shock because you're like, what the fuck is he saying? What is she saying?
Yeah.
You know how Latinas talk. They're very fast.
Well, dude, that in Italy, too, I'm like, even if I knew the language, they speak so fast. Like, so not all the parts, but like, we speak fast, too. It's like, in regular conversation, no one's talking this slow.
No.
Unless you're from the fucking Midwest.
Yeah.
But like no one's talking slow. So then you're trying to think about the words and like they're already 5 sentences. Like, all right. So you're like, okay, I'm going to work on the keywords and figure out the context of what's happening. And that's about it.
And they you have different levels of fluency. You drop me in Italy right now, I got no problem. Right? Do I know every word that there is to know in Italian? No. Do I still say that I'm fluent? Yes, because I can live in Italy, no problem at this point. Yeah. You asked me to read that grappa thing, bro. Yeah. When do I ever use steamed, distilled, so I knew distillata is fine. Yeah. But when it said in vapore, I'm thinking, okay, in vapor? No. Steam distilled. Yeah. Okay, well, when the fuck am I using these words? Burgundy. When am I using burgundy in English? Yeah. Right? There's different words. There's different levels.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so, but that's why I want to do the tutor because it's like you get that like one-on-one training and coaching, but it's also like I can now have a have a conversation with someone.
You good?
Yeah,
you good?
Ooh, my ancestors yelling at me for not knowing Italian. That's what that was. But like with the private tutor is like they can cater to what your needs are and how you learn, right? But then I can have the conversation. So instead of going there and settling in and like learning the culture and learning there, you know how much more I'm talking with my hands right now?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, bro. How much did you see that?
Oh my, dude, it was hilarious. It was stereotypical. Like it was like a cartoon.
It really is.
Yeah.
I want to quiz you right now. All right, you finish your sentence.
But my point is like that having that private tutors, it's like the closest you can get to living there.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's also catered to what you're trying to do and how you learn. So, all right, what's your quiz?
All right. What's this?
I don't remember.
Good.
No, that's good?
Very good.
Yeah.
What's this?
Ep175.
No, it means what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Well, this one. My
please.
Like, come on.
Come on. Yeah,
please. You're right. Please. You got it. All right,
please.
Good. Please. What else is it? You got the,
Yeah, I didn't see too many of those.
That's good. That means the people weren't angry at you.
So the Lebanese version is this.
What? Oh, I love that.
Dude, but this is like go fuck your mother.
Oh, no, we can't do that. Yeah. We can't do that. This one is, fuck. It's not it's this. I'm purposely not doing it toward you.
Yeah. No. It's like curse your family or something.
No,
like
it means that your wife's a whore.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
So that was the one thing I saw. There was a lot of middle finger statues in the
because we don't. I mean, they do the middle finger.
Yeah.
They know it because they know commercialized.
Yeah, but there was like statues of it. And then there was like I think these two.
Yeah, I don't know what those were.
But they're like red hands and stuff. It was weird.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different things that I thought was interesting.
The middle finger is a great one because everyone now, like, if you go to Italy and you go like this to someone, they're gonna be like, "All right, asshole," because they know it means "fuck you," right?
Yeah.
But like they do, like in Europe, they go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So they may at one point just go one of them. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So that was. Come on.
Come on.
What
the fuck do you want?
For some reason, so in Thailand, they bow a lot, and a couple of times when the bellhops or whatever were getting their luggage, I did that. I'm like, why the fuck am I doing that,
dude? But they probably like it.
Yeah, well, I'm being respectful. Thank you.
Yeah,
but like, this is not the culture to bow. That's not Thailand. It's not Bali. Like,
oh, I thought they don't bow in Thailand.
No, they do there, but I'm saying I did that on this trip in Italy.
That's hilarious. I'm like,
why the fuck did I just do that? But that's the last trip I did, not this one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
that was really, yeah. So trying to learn some language. But if we're going next year, I need to hop on this learning curve now.
Fuck yeah, damn straight.
Because I'm a numbers person. I don't do words at all.
You got VPN?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what you do. You got like an Apple Fire Stick TV type bullshit. All right. You put your VPN in the country that you want to do, and you go on like those streaming services.
Yeah.
And like I know if I put a VPN for Italy, and I go on Netflix, I will get more shows in Italian shows, but I'll also get Italian subtitles.
Yeah, there you go.
And Italian language dubbed. See if they have it for Lebanese.
So my in-laws actually have. They used to have satellite specifically get the Lebanese channels, but now with the internet, so they watch Lebanese TV all the time.
Yeah.
The problem is like I don't want to find. I need a show that I kind of know the context of.
Yeah.
So it's easier to pick up on. Like I can if I watch The Office again in Italian. Like, okay, I'm gonna know what's going on,
which is actually good.
Yeah,
it's good.
So that, but I need to find a tutor. That's really it. Because the problem is like, I think it's not like I don't want to say it's accountability, but having someone there with you, it's like puts you in the zone. Like you're kind of settled. It's like being, like after leaving Italy, I feel not motivated. It's the wrong word, but like I feel like okay, cool. Now I know what it means to learn the language. Where like doing Duolingo beforehand, it's like I don't know what this fucking means. Yeah. Like if you're studying jiu-jitsu and never do a class and you're just doing the moves, you don't really know what that move means. But after training for years, and then you go and looking at videos online, like, oh, now I can understand how this works, even though I've never done it before. I have this foundation of experience now. So I think experience in the culture and talking with everyone. Now I feel like it's easier for me to get absorbed in the learning of the language.
Yeah, 100%. That's what you gotta do. And the one thing when you're speaking a language, no matter what level you're at, don't be afraid to fuck up, dude. No one's making fun of you. No one's making fun of you, dude.
Yeah.
No, everyone's excuses. I don't want to learn a language because I don't want
just your kids.
Was it? Yeah.
So my mother-in-law gets embarrassed sometimes with her English. You know, she's been here for 30 plus years at this point, but because the kids make fun of her English,
that's different.
But then they always get teased for the Lebanese.
Bro,
it's like, your
sure.
Lebanese is garbage, though. Should kick rocks.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. Everyone's always, I don't want to be, when I speak English, my accent. I'm like, dude, no one in America gives a flying fuck about your accent.
Yeah. But like when I would say grazie or grazie. Say it again.
Grazie.
Yeah. So I'm trying to work on the pronunciation better.
Yeah.
But like when I would say grazie, like they were just like, oh fuck that, that's not right. Yeah. But grazie, but like they appreciate the fact that I was trying, even though I wasn't saying it the best way. That they would respect the fact that was my attempt of being respectful.
Yeah,
you know.
Fuck yeah.
So no one's gonna give you shit.
No one's gonna give you shit, and
they may laugh at a little bit of the pronunciation.
Hell yeah,
but
why not? Fuck it. Who cares? If you're at that point though, you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Like I actually fucked up. I shouldn't have fucked up, but I just it was beside me. I did a story with my nephew who was yawning.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was looking up at the light, and I was like, Papà sono stanco, spegni la luce, which means, Dad, I'm tired, turn off the light. Yeah. But I wrote spegne instead of spegni, which is the command.
Yeah.
And then I posted it, And then my friend Mateo, he goes, Spain. And I'm like, fuck. I even fucked up now, and I shouldn't even be fucking up. So you fuck up all the time.
Yeah. Well, everyone has typos all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? How about there, and there?
Yeah,
you know?
that's wild, bro.
You know,
so
they have, people use it. People fuck up all the time. So I don't know.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
I got one more thing for you because it was fun. I got one more thing. We're gonna end on this. I just wanted nothing. It's completely left field.
All right, perfect. Let's do it.
All right, who wins, 100 men or a gorilla?
Oh, on this one,
yes.
Define the person.
No, let's just do
Average Joe.
Average Joe. But here's the thing: everyone's always assuming that they're attacking them one at a time, two at a time. I think the 100 men win if you attack them all at the same time.
Back to the pile. All I'm thinking of is the South Park episode where they have a big
the
pile.
Gay pile. Yeah, back to the pile.
You just pile on the fucking gorilla. 100 people on.
Dude,
on
I don't
gorilla.
care. Yes, I get it. 1,300 pound bite force, which is insane. I think it's more than a bear. It's 6'6". Sure, it's bone structure, but it's going to wear out if 100 people are fucking attacking it. You're gonna lose a lot of men.
So this is the problem.
It is.
Me as an engineer is I'm trying to get into nitty gritty details. Right? Okay. Are they working together? Are they going one-on-one? Okay. If they're working together, okay, maybe. Do they have any kind of fighting technique? Because how are you actually going to take out this gorilla?
No, you're
not going to punch it to death.
You're not punching
so
it
you're going to
death.
have to choke it out. You can maybe break some fingers or something, but you're not breaking a leg. Maybe you can heel hook it, but probably not. So the only way to kill this thing is to choke it out.
But you're not even going to choke it out. But
Can you even do that physically? The question is, without it resisting, can you put your arms around its neck and choke it out in a rear naked choke?
Probably not. Have you seen the fucking...
Yeah, that's my point. So I don't honestly think it's possible I don't know what number it is of humans that kill it.
But here's the thing. When you have 100... Yeah, you're going to lose a lot of people. But if all of them are attacking at once, at some point that thing is going to get worn down, and then that's when you start beating it up.
But once it's worn down, what are you doing? Just beating
the shit out of it, yeah.
Prison break. That prison style, everyone just kicking.
Now, if it's one at a time, bro, that gorilla will fuck a 100 men up 100%.
Yeah.
But that's why you gotta be smart.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I don't know. I think majority of the time it's gorilla, but if everyone works together and they know some things,
yeah,
100%.
Did you see Midas MMA? Shout out, Midas MMA. Have you been seeing the memes he's been making about it?
It's mid-ass MMA.
Yeah,
get it right.
Mid-ass.
That's the actual term, not Midas. I got you, bud. I got you, bro.
If you want all your MMA funny memes or just takes on shit, and it's not just funny, it's MMA takes. Follow Midas MMA or Mid-Ass MMA. No, it's really Midas MMA.
Is it Midas? I thought it was mid.
No, it's Midas. Like trust your Midas touch.
I thought it was supposed to be mid-ass.
No,
no,
Midas. Like he's the MMA. Like he's like the MMA guru.
I thought he told me it was the other way. I apologize.
No, he was joking. It's definitely Midas MMA. If you look up put Midas and then MMA, you'll go follow it. He's making great ones. You know, like when it's Joe Rogan and DC Cormier, like DC are like, oh, like this.
Yeah.
It's like he's making memes where it's like when guy number 99 hits a sick elbow and the fucking gorilla stumbles, and it's like Joe Rogan. It's like he's doing really well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, that's it.
We'll see.
Welcome back, Bentornato. Oh, funny thing. I actually was texting someone, the friend that's in Italy right now, whose name starts with a T.
Yeah.
And I meant to say Bentornato to you.
Yeah.
And I just get a text from him saying, doesn't that mean welcome back? I'm still in Italy. I'm like, fuck. Wrong person.
Oops, wrong person.
Wrong person. Guys, you're listening to episode 175 of We'll Take It From Here. Welcome back to Timmy. Learn another language. How many men die when they go to face the gorilla? Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. That has to do with the language. And have fun, guys.
Explore the world.
Explore the world. Where do you guys want to go next? Let us know. We'll be back next week. We'll take it from here with Joe and Timmy. We out.